Hi, Marty here. A big welcome to another episode of Marty's Mailroom. Today we're going to talk about the differences between this one, RG Prestige series, and we have this one, the J Custom. Both are from Ibanez, and it's in the higher end of their series. So if we start off with this one, it's an RG 3120 Prestige, and let's talk about the neck first. It's got a 5-piece maple Venge neck, and it's a little bit super wizard neck. Both these guitars are quite alike actually. This is a little bit worn, as you can see. I've had her for, I think it is since 2007, so it's 16 years now. It's been a while. And this one, also 5-piece maple Venge neck, super wizard neck as well, which means the neck is very thin, but this one has something called velvet touch. I don't know if you can see it there. It's a bit of a glossy finish from the head and upwards, and downwards it's a bit more of a oily finish. So it's a quite unusual, which makes for a great comfortable feel. The body on this one, they are actually very alike on these specs as well. Flamed maple top, as you can see there, and with a African mahogany body. And this one has the same specs as well. It's in a different color. So it's a flame maple top with African mahogany body. So they are very similar in that regard. And this one, the J Custom here, has a natural binding, as you can see here, and also has a little natural binding on the neck there, as you can see there. So it's a little special. This one, yeah, you can see the finish on the maple top there. Goes straight here, but that's all there is to it actually. So you can call that quite a little of a binding, I think, but no usual white binding on neither of these guitars. And this one has no binding on the neck, just a regular rosewood fretboard. The fingerboard here, like I said, rosewood fingerboard with some very common dots there, so nothing too fancy on this one. The J Custom, however, is a little bit different. It's their iconic Tree of Life inlay. You can see there, very beautiful, looks amazing. And it's a little bit of a classic on their J Custom models. Most of their custom models from Fujigen has their Tree of Life inlay in them. And also it has a rosewood fingerboard as well. I think the newer models on the J Custom line is ebony, I think, on some of the models. And if you buy a very limited J Custom model from Sugi Guitars, they are also offering some Ibanez models, very high-end, very limited, and also they cost quite a bit more than these ones does, but they are still very expensive. But the Sugi ones, not too many of them has the Tree of Life actually. They're going from the regular dart, maybe some offset or just some regular stuff going on them. They have some very cool and beautiful artwork on them, most of them actually, so it differs quite a lot. But both of these guitars are actually made in Fujigen in Japan, so it's the main factory for Japanese made Ibanez guitars, the high-end models. Hardware wise, it's Edge Pro, this one. I don't know if maybe Joe Satriani has one Edge Pro series, but most of today's guitars are made with a low Pro Edge. But this one has a Edge C, not manufactured at all today. It was a licensing issue, I have read. So this one is the only thing that has that bridge. And which means that it's has a retainer bar here, which will make it go to 0. So no not much going on when it comes to dives and screams or so on. So yeah, it stays in tune. And also on this one I have some volume and tone and 5-piece select switch and some double locking right there. And we got some Goto tuners, not double locking though, but still does the job, so it's quite fine. This one, the J Custom here, it's the same specs as well. Volume and tone. We got 5-piece selector switch and locking, double locking there, and Goto tuners on this one as well. The hardware color is called Powder Black, I think it was. It's a little bit unusual, if you can see that. And this one has a Cosmo black finish to the hardware. A little bit of a different feel to them. It's a little bit easy to wear them out, unfortunately, but they both look great. The pickups here on this one, like I mentioned in another video, it's DiMarzio Ibanez, both in the bridge and in the neck. It's a bit of a collaboration between the two companies. On the J Custom, see, we have the Tone Zone, True Velvet, and the Air Norton in the neck. So a little bit of a different tone in them. And they are made by DiMarzio as well, but not in collaboration with Ibanez. The craftsmanship on these guitars are outstanding. And this one has a Prestige fret treatment. See if you can see that there, maybe. Which means that the frets are very good taken care of. They don't have any sharp edges, and they align perfectly, if you can see there. No, not in an S shape. They're perfectly cut off from the beginning to the end of the fretboard. And this one has a J Custom fret treatment, which means they will have a ball end. So a bit different, much more higher value to these frets. These frets are Jescar, which made actually a combination of nickel and stainless steel, and on this one it's only nickel, so different specs on that one. but they still sound amazing. I haven't changed the frets at all yet on these guitars, so they still sound very good, and I take care of them every year. Every 6 months I change the strings, and yeah, I do the daily routine with some Ernie Ball stuff, the body lotion and other things like that. So take care of the fingerboard and everything, and the body, some polish, which really helps to make them shine and last for a very, very long time. You should too. The playability on these guitars are fantastic. They play amazing. This one plays quite differently than the J Custom does, apparently. So, but they're still having an awesome quality feeling to them. And yeah, this has a little bit more of a comfort feel than the Prestige has. Actually, I prefer this one because it's so amazing to play. We can gain access to all the frets with a all access, which yeah, they call it an all access point, I think. And this one has that as well. It's very, yeah, I think it's the same thing, but they don't do any promotion on that one for this. But it's the same body shape and everything actually. So yeah. And the back plates here that's actually a plastic back plate, while this one has an aluminum back plate, which is quite unusual for this one to have a plastic back plate. They all have some aluminum back plates nowadays with a low pro edge. And let's talk about the headstock here. Looks like this. Very beautiful. Bit more of a brownish finish to it. And the truss rod cover here is actually made from aluminum as well. They all have that common in the Prestige models, while the J Custom model has no truss cover at all. And the head here is very much alike to the body, which I love this color. It's called Purple Amethyst actually. So it's amazing. I love this guitar so much. And this one has a natural finish. So a little bit different there. And if we're going to talk about the price, these ones all vary. They're from $1,400 up to $3,000. So a great of a, yeah, you can choose whatever guitar you want to, depending on the specs and the money, I guess, you have available. So something for everyone, you can say. And this one, the J Custom models, they are from $3,000 and up. So they're quite a bit more expensive. And this one is from Presige, like I said. And if you want a Sugi guitar, they're more limited, more pricey. They can go up from 50,000 to 100. Oh, it's in dollars, so $5,000 to $10,000. So they're a bit more pricey, but they're more limited as well. These ones are already limited, but the Sugi guitars are way more limited than these ones are, and do only a couple of those a year. So they're quite special. But I prefer Presige. They suit my taste perfectly and my playing. So I think they do an excellent job here on everything. Such workmanship has gone into these guitars. And this one actually has a titanium rod in it. I don't know if the new J Custom line has one of those in the necks. But we'll see when the new one arrives. So yeah, some very interesting stuff here. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this new episode, and a little bit of a difference between the RG Prestige and the J Custom that maybe not too many have discussed before. I hope you can find something interesting in this video at least, even though there wasn't any new sound test, but you've heard these ones guitars before, I hope. Anyway, please feel free to comment, like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And I see you next week. Take care. Bye. Hi, Marty here. Very welcome to another episode of Marty's Mailroom. Today we're going to talk about this one. I thought I'd do a follow-up to last week's video. And this one is an RGT 3020. So it's a neck through. So we're going to go in depth on this one. Yeah, so I just want to let you guys know that if you like this episode and like my content here, so please consider subscribing. Yeah, so this guitar, if we start off with the neck first, this actually is an ultra neck through. Very, very beautiful neck here, very oily, glossy finish, and it's a bit wider than the Super Wizards from my two other guitars. So it's in a D shape, I might say. The other ones are more like a C shape, and it's a bit more of a Gibson style of guitar to play. So it's a bit more thick and sturdy. But anyway, it has a fantastic tone because of its neck through, which means it has more sustain than the Bolton ones. The body, very, very beautiful body on this one. You can see it. Yeah. This is actually a quilted maple top. With a mahogany body. So it's very, very beautiful in a bluish, I think it's called sapphire burst. Yeah, and it's made in 2003, so it's a very, very old guitar. It's actually 21 years ago now, so it has some couple of dings here, which I regret very much, and also something that on the lower horn, I regret that so much, but it's nothing you can do. I get some wear and tear. It makes them more like a memory, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, the body is amazing, and also the headstock is matching the body. Beautiful headstock. And the fingerboard here is actually a rosewood fingerboard, as the other three ones are as well, with some offset dots here. You can see, I hope. There are some variations of this one with an ebony fretboard, I think. I think I read up on that one. But some jumbo frets, as usual. Most Ibanez guitars has them. So yeah, it's still very easy to play, but it's more like I said, a Gibson feel compared to the other ones with a Super Wizard neck. So it's a bit more, what do you say, hard to play, because I'm more of a super wizard guy compared to these ones, but this is still an amazing guitar, and the sound and the playability in this one is totally awesome. So hardware wise, we have some Edge Pro here going on. Yeah, it's a chrome hardware on this one. Some volume, some tone, 5-way selector switch, not 5-piece selector switch, which I said in the last video. I'm sorry about that. We also have some double locking here, top lock 3, and some Goto machine heads. Some amazing guitar. I love this guitar actually. And also, I always talk about this, but it's I think Ibanez is the only company that does this. And they always have on the high-end models here the aluminum back plates. They are not to be found on the lower cost models like the premiums and standard and iron labels and that stuff, but all Prestige models and J Custom models has this. It's a bit more of a quality here, I think. All back plates are aluminum. An amazing little extra touch there. And the pickups here are DiMarzios, like they usually are on most Ibanez's. They are have some Seymour Duncans as well, and some Fishmans, I think, but mostly it's the DiMarzios they equip them with. So these are DiMarzio's PAFs Pro, which is the standard pickup from DiMarzio. Have been around since the, I think, 60s, 70s, and don't quote me on that, but I think I read somewhere that's where they are from that era. And yeah, they have a great, what do you say, some bit of a mid-tone here, some not too high in the high register or not too low, so it's a bit of more of a balance between them. Yeah, it has a great tone overall in this one, and the sustain in this is something to behold. Highly recommend the PAFs Pro if you want to try them out. But I don't ever change my pickups on the guitars, because every guitar is made to have the kind of pickup they have in them. So I don't do that, because I go for the standard, all like they are when I unpack them. So I think it's more of a stock guitar for me. I like it. I like them that way. The price for this one, I don't think you can actually buy one of these nowadays, because it's has been out of stock forever. But I bought her in 2004, and like I said, she's made in 2003, and the model name is actually an Ibanez Prestige RGT 3020 SPB -QM, which stands for Sapphire Burst Quilted Maple. And yeah, I think the price was, when I got her, was in say it in dollars now. I think that equals to almost $3,000. I got her for $2,000. So I don't know what the price is for these ones. I haven't seen one of these guitars actually be available on neither on Reverb or eBay or Amazon, and nothing like that. So I think they're pretty hard to find actually. But yeah, an amazing guitar. And if you manage to find one of these models, please go check it out. It's amazing, but be prepared, because it's more of a Gibson feel to them, because it has a wider neck here. It's a maple ultra neck, so not a maple super wizard neck. So it's a little bit different than most of Ibanez guitars. Craftsmanship is, as you would expect, fantastic. It's handmade in Fujigen, so always deliver amazing quality. So yeah, it's truly a beauty to behold. And she almost looks as if she's new, despite being 21 years old. Some 3 dings here, but nothing too major. Yeah, and the headstock I particularly love. Looks totally amazing. Every little corner here is, yeah, even the binding here, it's a little bit of a yellowish tone here, because it's rather old, but nothing sticks out if you check and follow the lines here. Everything is just perfectly shaped and done to the extreme here. So it's an amazing, I love this guitar. I love all my guitars, but this one is a little bit special because this is the first guitar I ever bought. I always wanted an Ibanez, so this one is, yeah, I got quite a few memories with this one. Yeah, so yeah, it's amazing. The quilted maple here is fantastic. Check that out. It's not like the finishes you see on the lower end models. I think it's quite of a yeah, bit of a difference, honestly. Even though most people say they look amazing, yeah, maybe they do, but I prefer the handmade ones. There are quite a lot of difference in feel and craftsmanship and quality when it comes to the high-end models. They cost that much for a reason. So if you can afford it, please go check out the high-end models. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this a little bit in-depth video of my blue Prestige model. And if you do, please consider subscribing. A lot of you guys has actually subscribed this past week to my channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope there will be more of you guys who do that, because there are many things in the pipeline. I got something over there just arrived today, which will be uncovered next week, I think. I'm gonna record it tomorrow. It's important that it stays in the box at least 24 hours before you unpack those things because of the cold. And yeah, it needs to get acquainted with the temperature and so on, you know, because the woods are a bit of a, yeah, they're kind of stingy, you might say. So yeah, please look forward to that one, and thank you so much for tuning in this week, and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hi, Marty here. I bid you welcome to another episode of Marty's Mailroom. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers and likes and shares and so on. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And today we're going to talk a lot about actually this new guitar, my new Ibanez J Custom RG8020G. This is more of a in-depth look of the guitar, so we will go through the guitar from top to bottom, or from bottom to top, which you prefer, and we go through a lot of the guitar's specs. And I hope you enjoy this one, and as always, the best way to support my channel is to like the episode. Thank you so much. Enjoy. So here she is. I think you saw her last time if you watched my unboxing of this one. So let's start off with the neck. It's a beautiful neck on this one. So we have, looks like this. I'll do my best to focus in on the details here. So we have a 5-piece maple vangy neck, and it's very common on the J Customs actually. And we also have a rosewood fretboard. And also have a very glossy space up here. You can see that. Yeah. And the lower part is more of a finished feel and look, and it's more of a satin look on the top here. Actually, this part over here, which is very glossy and has a satin finish, it's called Velvet Touch. A fantastic finish on this guitar. And also, if we go back to the frets here, they're jumbo frets, which means they are a little bit bigger than the usual ones. Yeah. The inlays here on this guitar is a Tree of Life inlay. I think you saw that. Actually, I'll do my best to show it off here. Fantastic inlay. Symbolizes the Tree of Life in the Bible. Very cool. And also, if you look at the frets here, each have a J Custom fret treatment, which means they have a ball end. Very, very cool. So no sharp edges on the frets at all. We also have 24 frets here in total. So yeah. And the hardware here is it's low pro edge, gold hardware. We also have a top lock 3 here, also from Goto, and Goto machine heads. Tuners, as they say. Very, very cool. Beautiful. And also the straps here, strap locks here are gold. And also the volume and tone. The volume and the tone are also in gold. So it's very beautiful, and 5-way selector switch over there going on. Yep. And also we have a bolt-on neck. You can see that there. It's also called an all-access point, which means that you have all gain access to the high frets very easy. And it stays in tune as well. Haven't touched her a lot since the last time, so that's why I love Ibanez. And we also have on the sides here some, I don't know if you can see that, but it's loom inlays luminlay dots there, which means they'll glow in the dark. So you can easily see the frets when you're on stage and the lights are a little bit dim and so on, which is very cool. Nice touch. The pickups here is almost standard on these J Custom models, and Ibanez in usual uses DiMarzio. You have some tone zone here, the bridge, and the Air Norton and the neck. Pretty standard setup for an Ibanez guitar. They use those pickups a lot, both in the premium, Prestige, and J Custom models. And yeah, we have some backplates here as well. That one is actually plastic. I know I always stressed that Ibanez uses aluminum backplates, but not on the J Custom models it seems. But the controls, the entry to the controls here are aluminum backplates, but not to the where you adjust the intonation and the truss rod and so on. So the springs here, to gain access to those, you have to remove that cover. And I know, my bad, the intonation is here, my bad. The springs is what I meant. Yeah. And also we have the price here. Actually, it was on sale, so I think it was yeah, probably $2,100, I think, somewhat. And yeah, and there's tax above that and shipping costs and so on. So yeah, it'll be a little bit more when it arrived here. The craftsmanship on this guitar is fantastic, as is the finish. It's all J Custom finish on this one. Both the body and the headstock here is the same finish. And the back is very cool. Same color almost as the front, which is amazing. I really like those kind of finishes they do on these models. They're awesome. And we also have some natural binding here on this one. You can see here, beautiful line here, goes all the way through. Yeah. So yeah, it's very cool. The playability on this one is just like any other Prestige or J Custom model here. It's flawless, amazing, fantastic. You pick a word. No problem whatsoever. Stays in tune no matter what you do. Yeah, just playing just feels great. A lot of control on the strings and whatnot. So yeah, everything is awesome. And the wood here actually on the body is a full piece ash. It's a little bit unusual, but has a lot of sustain in this one actually. It's still quite heavy to be ash. My bass was made of ash as well, so yeah, but it has a fantastic sustain, has a fantastic tone, which you maybe heard in the last video. So it's a little bit special. Ash is not very common in the Ibanez models here. So this is a limited edition model, like my other one. Most J Customs are just that, which makes them very special. So if you, I don't know if you can actually get a hold of this one now. I think it's sold out. It's sold out in 3 weeks in Japan. It's a Japan only model called spot model, which means if they sell good enough, they end up in the catalog next year. So let's hope for that. But right now I think they are all sold out except maybe one or two on eBay, so you might want to go check it out if you want one of these. I know there's been a lot of people who has written to me about this guitar, asked me where I got it and so on. But yeah, it's sold out. So I was very lucky to get one of these beautiful, amazing guitars. I'm so proud of this one. And yeah, I'm very proud of all my guitars, but this one and the purple means so much to me. So yeah. And we have the input jack here. It's a little bit special. It's a bit of an angle to that one. See if you can see it correctly. Over here, maybe. It's over there. Yeah, it's a little bit shaped upwards, so it's not to just put it in there. Here it's more of a shaped which goes upwards, so you can easily just put the cable around the strap here. So it's, yeah, it's a bit more comfortable. So there will not be some issues here going on, which is very cool. Yeah, and anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode here, and please like, subscribe and share my videos if you enjoy my content, and I hope to see you next week with another episode. Until then, take care. Bye.